Happy hump day, everybody. Welcome to the REKAP Lunch Hour with Guff. Me, Ryan McGuffey. It's all brought to you by Hooters, originalhooters.com, order.hooters.com if you want to have it delivered straight to your office, straight to your front door. You want to pick it up. Thanks to those of you who came out last night. It was an absolute blast. Studio 41 Football Recap Live, our first remote of the year. Cap was there, Tom Waddle, Alex Brown. The real Phil Sim was there. Look. Great time at Hooters. See you on the 21st. Phil's already made plans to be with us in just 2 short weeks. We'll be in Orland Park. So thank you all for showing up. Really good crowd. We took some questions as part of the show, and we're off and running. Phil has wasted no time out of the gate, as always, peppering me with a boatload of questions. Time for Taillon to step up. The Stars play like stars and keep the season going. So, yeah, I mean, look, here's where we are, folks. We know that the team is in must-win mode. The Chicago Cubs, the series shifts to Wrigley Field at 4 o'clock for a 4:08 first pitch for Game 3. Brewers lead NLDS 2-0. It'll be Priester versus Taillon. And look, at some point, the Cubs need to score more than 3 runs. They need to get traffic on the bases. They need to set the tone early in this game and take some of the pressure off of the fan base, off of themselves, as they look for a series win to keep it alive and force a Game 4 tomorrow. So, yeah, the Stars will be stars, but let's see what happened. Phil also notes that the Yankees won. Wouldn't surprise you if there's a Game 5. It also wouldn't surprise me if that series ends today. Just like the Mariners and Dodgers. It's crazy. I thought the Phillies were my preseason World Series or my pre-playoffs World Series pick. Yamamoto on the mound. They're back home. I don't know. Yes, and Phil gave me the 2026 State of White Sox Business T-shirt idea for spring training. Kyle, happy hump day to you. No tomorrow unless the Cubs fly to W today. Wrigley will be loud and proud. I also think it'll be a little edgy and nervous. I do. So let's see what happens. That's why the Cubs setting the tone early could be huge in this game. Do I think my boy, Caleb, I think you're discussing, will outplay Daniels Monday night? He looked really good versus Chargers on Sunday. He's definitely that dude. I do think Caleb's going to continue to play well. I think it's a tough matchup in Washington on Monday night, but I do think Caleb's going to play well. So I'll stick to that for right now. Yeah, okay, I'm going to jump down to some of these other comments I see. These are from earlier. These are from a half an hour ago. Kyle Guff, did you take those crab legs home that Cap left on the table at Hooters last night? Great show last night. Appreciate you watching, Kyle. No, but I can tell you Katie's sister and some of her family had them an hour or so afterwards. Not recommended. Not recommended. That's all I'm going to say. Spencer Knight looked good last night against Florida, even in the losing effort. Glad the Hawks extended him before the season started. Back at it tomorrow in Boston. Go Blackhawks. The Bulls over Cleveland last night. One of maybe the only times the Bulls will be in first place this year. Doesn't count if you're a preseason. Rematch tomorrow at the UC. Go Bulls. Yeah, I think the Blackhawks surprised a lot of people. It was 2-2 at the second intermission, and then they eventually went on to lose 3-2 to the defending champs. Matas Bucelis last night, 19 points, 8 rebounds, looked really good. Isaac Okoro in his return. I was surprised the Bulls starters played as much as they did. Okoro Vooch played 19 minutes. Kevin Huerter, 19. Josh Giddey played 14 minutes. Okoro had 11 points. Did turn the ball over 5 times. Zach Collins with 16. P. Will with 11 off the bench. Javon Carter, Trey Jones with 10. And Ayo Dosunmu had 12 points for the Chicago Bulls, who played everyone about the same amount of minutes yesterday and kind of surprised me. But they did get the win. If it matters, it doesn't really matter. Hopefully this is the start of another Brady versus Manning rivalry in the NFL with Caleb versus Jaden. Go Caleb, bear down against Washington. I totally agree with that. Thomas says, come on, Cubbies, get at least this one tonight at home and maybe tomorrow so you can lose at Milwaukee instead. Well, I do think the Cubs somehow find a way to survive. I think it'll be 3-2. I think it'll be edgy. Why would they score more than 3 runs? We don't know any better. There's the Godfather. Do you realize that Ricketts' team actually has their 4th starter going tonight in the biggest game of the season, all because our owner had to stay under the luxury tax at the deadline? And that's the problem. When you put yourself in position to go up 2-0, you can dictate. The Blue Jays are throwing a bullpen game today with a chance to close out. Becky, we're all going to die one day. My God, Becky, are we okay? Well-being check on Becky. What's with that? Yes, we are. But, man, let's try to keep it going for as long as possible, huh? I was an offset printer for 55 years. You can't tell me Ricketts isn't printing money on Clark and Addison. He still insists on screwing the awesome Cubs fans. And that's why I hate Ricketts and Hoyer, says Becky. Too cheap. I want a well-being check on Becky. If this series ends in the next 2 days, don't blame the players or manager. I don't know if I can agree with that. Blame Ricketts and Hoyer, El Cheapo, and yes, Mano and Hawkins. See you in 2032. I do think there needs to be some accountability on the players who have not shown up offensively at all. Cub fans, did you grab your cup of coffee, says Landon? Are you ready to win a damn baseball game? Let me hear you. Becky, with her usual Tucker isn't coming back. Kelly Kapowski, a Saved by the Bell reference by the dead. What's our strategy? We say win. Fins away today for Cubs, for the love of God. If Tucker batted 340 with 40 homers or the stats he has now, Ricketts never was going to sign him anyway. This just makes it easier for him. Becky, Becky's in a bad mood today. I'm a little worried about Becky. I am. Leading off for the White Sox, the designated hitter, number 30, Kyle Tucker, in your Gene Honda voice. That'd be funny and amazing. He won't be, though. Thomas, Tucker can't wait to join the Dodgers next year, probably. He'll likely be the healthiest he's ever been and win MVP. There's Breck. What's up, nerds? Happy Wednesday. Just finally recovering from his trip to Philly to experience the Broncos win. The birds are not real. Pretty big win for Breck. Swayze, yes, it's going to all going according to plan. Make the playoffs without us helping you, giving you no chance to win because we really only want to win with our prospects. The egos on these clowns shake my head. The trade for Tuck was just for show. They were never going to keep the guy. He's just a placeholder for Owen Casey. So Ricketts, cheap arse can save $1. Nathan, I'll own that I was firmly in the Brewers are beatable camp for the first game of the series. But it became clear in game 2 that they're just an overall better team. Bats are hot, pitching is good, and their manager is out-managing. Because remember the in-game interview with Craig Counsell saying, I guess they're throwing a bullpen game today. Can't say the same about Chicago. Cubs look lost. Counsell doesn't seem to have the answers. I'm not sure there are really answers anyway. They're just outmatched. I wish I could feel some optimism, but it looks and feels pretty bleak at the moment. Give me a win today, and let's see if that changes. You only can worry about today. You can't focus on tomorrow at all. It's all about right now. It's just figure out how to get enough to win a game today to advance to tomorrow. I wouldn't worry about who's starting tomorrow. I wouldn't worry about who's available tomorrow. This is about getting to tomorrow. Bleak to the point that I turned the game off in the 5th inning on Monday. I think the Brewers are cheating. Why do you think that? So the Cubs they're very slight. It's almost a coin flip game. I saw some stuff. So on Cubs Live after the game, Ryan Sweeney indicated they did some close-ups, and he indicated there might be some sign stealing when the runner on second base was squeezing his fist and then opening it. It was a fastball, and Churio hit a home run. So, this is what Becky's saying. When a player's on second base, they tell the hitter what pitch is coming behind their backs. You know what I would say? It's been going on for a lot. It's not wrong. If you're seeing the signs, do something about it. But I'm not going to go. They're the better team right now, folks. That's it. I'm not going to say they're stealing signs. I mean, come on. Win with class, lose with class. Rickettsville and what revenue it brings is all this cheapskate is worried about. The team did its job, got in the playoffs despite him. Now go back in hibernation this winter. Pablo, wishing my Northside fans some luck tonight. I wish things look better for you, but it also isn't over yet. Love from the South Side. Look at the positivity of Pablo. Ready for today. Woke up, grabbed my water, not a coffee guy. I could use another coffee. And ready to win a baseball game. Go, Cubs, go. It's on the pitcher and catcher to be sneaky enough to not allow that to happen. Thank you, Nathan. Noticing stealing signs has always been part of the game. On you as a pitcher to not let the runner see it. Thank you. That's exactly what I think. Also, you got to believe in that Wrigley magic and the spirit of Harry Carey, who might put a spell on the Brewers' bats or just place a helpful banana peel somewhere. The daily sermon for Ricketts' cheapness. Love it. Preach to us more, some friend. Dead, I'm here for you, brother. Taillon needs to be perfect today. Tough ask, but he was damn near it against the Padres. He's been damn near it against about the last 2 months. I am sitting in Cap's seat. Cap is not going to Wrigley today. I will be going to Wrigley, though, folks. I got us covered. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. My back's sore from carrying this place. Cap's going to watch it from the couch. Come on, man. LC, given how the conditions have played at Wrigley the past few years, it's time for the organization to work backwards, stop focusing on home run hitters, and build a lineup around contact and speed. The Cubs have over 200 home runs this year. Why they've stopped hitting them, I don't know. I don't necessarily think Look, there's been a lot made. Oh, the Brewers don't have enough slug. They don't have enough slug. Are you kidding me? Look at what they've done already in this series. You do need to hit the ball out of the ballpark. I mean, that's just a fact. I can agree that setting the tone early is important, but they've done that both times and then shit the bed both times. Very flippin' fair. Hawks look good, says Lip Ripper. We might have a goalie. Nays our future captain. Yeah, me too. Welcome to the chat. Cubs look to pull a 2016 on the Brewers. It can happen. Go Cubs. Hey, yeah, me too. Welcome to the chat. Super optimistic. Love it. Become a member. Hop on the membership train, guys. We are getting into the 20s. We'll get that membership up. We're going to have some Q&As and stuff for you now that we have a bigger group. OTC is throwing in the random Go Doyers. Someone send Becky Hooters wings. Becky, stay alive, dude. Otani. OTC's in for the Otani train. That's fine. Welcome to the chat. Cubs got this. It's in the bag. Go, Cubs, go. Here comes the positive scent. There's our guy, Rick from Honolulu. What's your opinion about Jesse Rogers tweeting that the Cubs never intended to re-sign Tucker? My opinion on it is that Jesse's as good as there is in the business. I agree. I think Jesse's sources are really good. Cubs better win at least one game. F the Brewers. OTC coming in hot. Loves the Dodgers very clearly. That doesn't surprise me. Saw Tucker's a runner like Chapman in 2016. Only difference is they won it that year and went all in. Luminous fan. I can see why Brewers let Craig go because they kept choking in the playoffs. Very fair. Right now that they have the better guy right now. Cubs sacrificed 2024 for the development of PCA Bush and Amaya. How did that work out for us? Sign stealing, says Lip, is part of the game. Agreed. Steve says fire Jed. He sucks. Not going to happen. He just got extended. Sign stealing is legal and part of the game. Get over it. Agreed. That's exactly what I was saying. Matthew just grabbed 2 sheets from the Cubs website for Thursday night at 8:08. Well, let's get there. How does one steal signs when PitchCom is a thing? There's that too. Really good point by Mad Hat right there. Part of the game for decades. See, everybody's on the same page here. If you're wired up like the Houston Astros, that's one thing. If you're showing your signs, that's another reason they went to PitchCom in the first place. In terms of possible cheating, don't be the Sox when they were getting their ass kicked by the better team, the Astros. That year, the Astros were just better. I hate to admit it, but they were. Exactly. Kyle, I'll be there as a work. I will be up in the press box, probably auxiliary press box for that. Daddy Ricketts gave little Tommy permission to buy the Cubs, but had to prove that he could run it. Godfather had cataract surgery, so that's why I have the aviators on. So don't gamble. I don't gamble. Only my chance. My aviators are right here, y'all. You know why? Hit again. Let's go. Boyd would have been a nice game 2 or 3 starter. We really shot ourselves in the foot. Absolutely. Wind's blowing in. It's a very cool day outside. Beautiful day. I will be sad, says Alan, if my Cubbies lose, but I still have my Hoosiers facing Oregon this weekend. Can't wait for that game. It's surreal that Cignetti has turned the losingest program around so quick. It's incredible. I asked about joining the membership team. There you go. Join the membership. There's the link. All of our videos at the end, too, say join now. So that's how you also join. Pick any video. And there you go. Cubs need to level up their game tonight. I see what you did there, Tommy. Really well done, my friend. Nico Horner's value is very height. I wonder when Hoyer will trade him. I don't know, man. I don't know. You're as strong up the middle as any team in baseball. I don't know. Michael says he heard that Kyle Tucker will not be here next year. I do not see giving him money that he wants, as he did not do anything in the second half. He's going to get paid, whether it's here or somewhere else. Anyone saying Brewers have no slug clearly didn't see Andrew Vaughn hit an absolute missile in game 2. Churio, they had 3 homers. Optimism side, unfortunately, it seems our Cubs are overmatched in this series. If they find a way to win today, cool, but it's only delaying the inevitable. Just look demoralized, just like Council. If the Cubs win today, they will win tomorrow too. I just feel it, says the dad. They have to win today. Jeff K, you will upchuck your lunch. Thanks, Jeff K. Appreciate that. Contreras pimped his home run a little too much, though. All for the celebration. You're in the playoffs, but you get your ass around the bases. Here's my thing about Contreras, and I tweeted it the other night. All fine and dandy when you do it. But when Kyle Tucker flips his stuff towards the dugout on a walk and you get pissed and say something, if I'm a Cub today and I hit one out, Oh, I'm going to effing enjoy it. And I hope William Contreras says something. And you know what I hope? Someone on the Cubs says something right back to his ass. And maybe, just maybe, there's a little bit more fire there because I'm sick of letting them dictate. You don't let that happen. If you homer today, enjoy the damn thing. Show a little passion and ride the fan base into tomorrow. That's all I'm saying. Worry about today to get to tomorrow. Let's go. And I agree with you, Nathan. Man, did that fire me up. I love the celebrations. I love the pimping it. I love everything. But when you got a problem with other people, you can't. It's pot calling kettle, man. It is. Hooters, we had a great time afterwards, too. We hung around for a little bit, talked to some fans, had a couple of Big Daddies. Yeah, Big Daddy mugs. They were all flowing last night. The specials were out. The burger, the crab legs were out, as mentioned already in the chat. Had some wings last night. Guess what they got rid of at Hooters? This is a true story, I swear to God. They just took it off the menu. I'm like, okay, let me get some mango habanero. That's no longer a flavor. Excuse me? I do a show every single day, and I bring up mango habanero sauce. Yeah, we have lemon pepper or something. That's not going to work. So my friends at Hooters, you didn't even ask. You just went out there and surprised me. OriginalHooters.com. We'll be in Orland Park on the 21st. Make sure you make your plans to be there. Phil already has. Order.Hooters.com. Have it delivered straight to your door before the Cubs game, maybe even during the Cubs game. Let's see what happens today. If you need to swing by and pick it up, I'd suggest doing so before 4:08. Find the Hooters nearest you. OriginalHooters.com, proud partner of the REKAP and the REKAP Lunch Hour. That's a true story about the mango habanero, by the way. Very true story. Where are we at? Where are we at? I can see why the Brewers look. Okay, so we're way down here now. Way down. Sorry about that, everybody. My chat got all jacked up. We're all on the same page because we know baseball. Cub fans took a page out of Sox playbook, tried a blackout. That'll confuse. Is that what they're doing today? They're doing a blackout? They should do a blue out. Oh, God. Okay, we're doing that. And this is exactly what I'm talking about when they say, oh, Sox fans are the only ones that care about the Cubs. Bullshit. That is not true at all. Cub fans sit there. We made it for, okay. If that's what your payroll was $150 million more. Congrats. If Kyle Tucker doesn't come back, who replaces him? Owen Casey. Owen Casey. Top Guff's coming, Dead. Top Guff's coming. The Aviators coming out, Pablo, today. Mad Hat. People are just looking for excuses. The Cubs got beat by bad decisions. I like Mad Hat a lot. I think today and for the rest of the series, better decisions will be made. They have to. Otherwise, it's over. Pablo, like the behind-the-scenes members-only content about the best quarterbacks in the NFL. Become a member today. Thanks, Pablo. Thanks for pushing that out there, too, that letting us know, letting the members know. Yes, there's content for you there. There's content for you there. A coffee with Cap out this morning as well. Carter, Cubs behind the eight ball pitching-wise, going to have to slug a ton to win 3 games in a cool environment. Andrew, I wouldn't want Tucker on the Cubs if there was a deal where he paid the Cubs. That's a little extreme. Rickster, welcome to the chat. Owen Casey right now. Cheapest option. Internal. High prospect. Anyone else stoked for Spidey, TJ, and Booker coming back this weekend? You should be. You absolutely should be. Austin Booker, this is his window. That's the only good thing about the early bye. Matthew, I like Boyd in a gem on Thursday. Okay. Let's get today first. Love when AB comes on the recap to battle Cap. Which rivalry is better, Cap versus Gordon or Cap versus AB? Those are really good. Speaking of which, Cap, myself, and Gordon will be live after the Cubs game goes final tonight. So make sure your plans to be with us 7 o'clock-ish or so. As soon as the game goes final, like every other playoff game, we are your home for instantaneous post-game coverage. After the game, I'll be hitting the Provasic pretty hard. Hope Ricketts doesn't switch the samples on me. Ray, boom! Hell yeah! All right, let's go, Ray. Battle of Alberta tonight, over 6.5 and over 5.5 in the Caps Bruins. I love that hockey's back because that means Lip Ripper is going to be all over the place. I hope they didn't switch the samples. Nathan, Contreras, apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Willie also whines about that stuff. Hard to find a less likable Cub from 2016. Godfather's worried? Come on now. When the Cubs win Game 5, the entire team should do a 10-foot bat flip. Amen. What about Saturday's huge showdown between Ohio State and Illini? This one has serious college football playoff implications. I think if we lose, we're out. If we win, we're back in the top 10. Let's effing go. I think you have to win this game. The Indiana game is going to always be lurking. I don't even think if you lose a close one, you're in the playoff right now. I don't even think so. Indiana, they kind of control their own destiny. I don't think they're going to beat Oregon, but Oregon is a young team. LC seems like the Vooch market is starting to pick up some steam again. Who the Bulls go with at center if he's dealt between Jalen Smith and Zach Collins? I would think it's going to be Collins. I can ask my friend Joe Cowley, who will be recording a Bulls podcast tomorrow. What, oh man, Guff, what's your alternative sauce now? You're good. You good, my friend? That news is devastating. I know. No, it's not better than mango habanero. Hey, Becky, there we go. 92 wins and you made it past the wild card. I mean, it's progress. I understand, but there's still reason to be pissed and hold people accountable. Why does the great council need to get approval from upper management for starting pitching choices? Land. Joseph, more confidence in the Phillies or Cubs to extend the series? Cubs. And that's crazy because I think the Phillies are loaded. They're throwing Nola tonight, but it's Yamamoto, a hype, and they're on the road. At least the Cubs get the home field. So Joseph, and a very slight edge to the Cubs. Suzuki replaces Tucker with Ballesteros taking over at DH in 2026. Once Suzuki started playing right field every day, he started to hit again, and there's something to be said about that. Okay, well, to take a look at that, Rick. Appreciate that. I heard that Schwartz has been bad. He's not been great, but it doesn't mean don't spend money on him. I don't know, Sean. Like, if you don't spend money on Kyle Tucker, I would look at other starting pitching. You need a stud. And everybody, Alex, everyone's saying bring back Schwarber, let Tucker go. I thought pitch selection, sign stealing went out with pitch count. Yeah, Rick, that's what I mentioned earlier. That's a big part of the reason. You could still, maybe you could still get in other people's heads by acting as if you're sign stealing too. Lineup should be Bush, Nico, Seiya, Moises, Kelly, Swanson, PCA, Happ, Shaw. Okay. You guys, Tucker is going to be in the lineup. And I'm telling you, there's some other guys that you have right there. Why is Happ over Tucker? Like, come on. No, I do not believe they do. I do not. Illinois is a good football team. I don't think they're going to be done. Now, the place will be up for grabs. Don't get me wrong. Dan says, I'm all for questioning about whether or not Tucker should come back. Let's not kid ourselves. If not, the money's going into Tom's bank account and not back into payroll. Hey, I'm not a Cubs fan, but is this the Cubs 2015 year? In other words, this is the year before they went out and won it. Just trying to keep things in perspective for my bud on the north side. I don't know if it's quite 2015 because they were young and didn't know enough, and they went all the way to the NLCS originally. How about Jerry Reinsdorf milking D. Rose nostalgia again for another seasons with the Rose plan? 5 games. It's kind of embarrassing. Joe Colley did talk about that on a Bulls Recap podcast just a couple of weeks ago. Like, come on. You already had the Derrick Rose night already last year, too. Not only Contreras antics, but also that jerk Mizorowski. Yeah, he's your lunch hours must see every day. Rick, I appreciate that, man. You guys make it happen, too. Will there be robot umps, and Cardinals are going to trade Arenado? There will be ABS next year, automatic balls and strikes. That's the start. The Cubs lineout is up. Let's take a look. The Cubs lineout's up, and maybe you guys gave it. Is that what you were wanting, or is that what you were hoping? And that's why the ballpark is open 5 hours before the game. Here we go. Here's your game 3 lineup. Michael Bush, Nico Horner, Kyle Tucker, Seiya Suzuki, Ian Happ, Carson Kelly, Pete Crow Armstrong, Dansby Swanson, Matt Shaw. I think that's about right. Tucker will never be what he was in Houston, and it isn't because of injuries or talent. Bottom line is Houston's one of the easiest places to hit homers. He may never get to those numbers again. It's not like he was having 40 homer seasons. Lip thinks the Illini cover. I don't know. Scott, love your show. I'm a Brewer, but you call it as you see it. You're not homers. You call out the good and the bad of your teams. Scott, I appreciate you joining, man. And I'm okay. Like, I encourage other fan bases to be a part of it. I'm glad there's Brewers people on here. I am. Why the hell not? You're right up the road. They're a better organization right now. That's a fact. No one can dispute that. And the Cubs have 3 days to flip the script on that. So that's it. Scott, I appreciate you being in the chat. This year's Cubs reminds me of 2007 when they reached the playoffs. I think that's more of a comp than 2015. It was just 2007 was such a struggle bus. Remember? Bad division. I think they got to the playoffs with like 88 wins. And it's just the whole time. You need a peaky. Rick, I agree. It would be great to see Ballesteros in for 4 at-bats, Suzuki and left, Casey next year and right. Trade happened in the offseason, created dominant pitching staff. The pitching staff I agree with. Scott, comment of the day. We have the right to be pissed off with all our teams, 100%. And you also have the right to cash money because that's what we got. We got cash money, folks. You guys asked for Top Guff and the Aviators, etc., and I am going to deliver because Randy Arozarena, even though the game was severely rain delayed, had an infield single in his first at bat. He went 2 for 5. He had 2 hits, a run, an RBI, way over the 2+ hits, runs, and RBI last night for Randy Arozarena. Another cash, improved to 16-10. I'm going to go to speaking of Nico, who's been the overall best hitter on the team all year. He is 4 for 10 with a homer and 4 RBIs and a double off of the Brewers starter. The rookie, Jacob Priest or whatever. Here. He is, Quinn Priester, who's a local guy, Cary Grove High School. Nico Hoerner, 4 for 10, a homer, and 3 ribs. 2+ hits, runs, and RBIs as we keep this thing going. Oh, how could we forget? Leary got $15 million for that home run he hit in 2021. If the Brewers advance, who beats them? The Dodgers, I guess. Hit the danger. I know we need that. We need the drop. We need that. Yeah, the We Stink shirts is out. Sandwich chiming in with a Go Brewers. Thanks for being here, Sandwich. They announced the same lineup. That'll be all. What do you expect, guys? Their stars are going to be the stars, whether they're 1 for 13 in the series or not. They're going to go down swinging with these guys. Yeah, Kyle. Hey, heck yeah, man. It's a pretty good run right there since September 1st. I'm not going to lie. 3-2 in October. We have a slight edge in college football. NFL picks they've been all right here. Could be the last bet on the Cubs this year. It could be. It could be absolutely be. Wyatt, the wind's blowing in and cool temps. This game will come down to base stealing, defense, and errors. Whoever plays cleaner ball will win. I also think, Wyatt, it comes down to manufacturing runs and getting damn runners on base, because after the first inning the other night, the Cubs had 2 measly singles, one by Justin Turner in the second, one by Nico Hoerner in the 5th, and that was it. And that's not going to win you anything. You got to get traffic. You got to take the walks when they're there. You got to advance bases. You got to get first to third. You got to sacrifice to get the next guy over. Break out the offense, and the Cubs win 4-3. I actually think the Cubs win 3-2, because why would we pick otherwise? Ray, thanks for doing this live. I was already out of my mind, fired up. Now the neighbors are going to call the police because I'm out of control. Let's effing go. I'm out of here to try and calm down. Take a walk. You got a couple hours. Been hearing the injury excuse on Tucker since June. Sick of it. Totally understand. Tony, you're a Cub fan? Well, you're in a good spot right here. It's our therapy. What is your team name in the Renegade? I'm just the Ryan McGuffey's team. Our whole league, it's like Ryan McGuffey's team, David Kaplan's team, Kurt's team. We don't have creative names. Caps 1-4, of course, is 1 win. Came against me. I had an off week. Cubs fan. Dan, hype for the return of Kyler on Monday Night Football. That's going to be a big. And Lip has Cubs 5, Brewers 3. That would be the over, folks. The over. That's my bet of the day. We're going to ride with Nico Hoerner, 2+ hits, runs, and RBI at -125 as we continue to go on. All right. Last message for you. Take a deep breath. Get outside. Try to take a walk. Clear your head. You got 3 hours still. Don't get so ramped up. You need some time, because I know you're going to be pacing and standing during the game. Appreciate you guys being here as you are every day. Happy hump day. I hope we're here for your sake talking about a Cubs win tomorrow. But if not, we're still going to be here tomorrow talking about the misery of tomorrow. One way or another, we will be here. And I think, Andrew, we'll talk about tomorrow when tomorrow happens. Status, Cubs offense explodes for 10 runs. That could be exactly what could you imagine Cubs get a win today and win like 10-2? You can ride that into tomorrow. No off day. You can ride that into tomorrow. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Really appreciate you guys being here in this community we've created here on the Recap. Certainly become a member today. I'm trying to pull that back. I'm going, oh boy. Anyway, I'm trying to find it. Become a member and join the rest of this awesome crew, because we're going to have stuff for you, behind the scenes stuff for you forever and always. It's part of this channel. Take care of yourselves, as I mentioned. Take care of each other, as I mentioned. We will be back tomorrow. Let's see what happens. It's all brought to you by Hooters, originalhooters.com. Join us October 21st at Orland Park for Studio 41 Football Recap Live. Have a great day. Go Cubs. We'll be live after the game. Me, Cap, and Gordon Whitmire. As soon as the game goes final, join us on the channel. We'll break it all down. It's all brought to you by Hooters, originalhooters.com, ordered@hooters.com. Have a great rest of your day. See you tomorrow. Take care.